it has been quite an insightful event. I had a chance to listen into a lot of perspectives from government, from industry, even from some of the academia and think tanks. So my key takeaway is that these critical minerals really are becoming the number one contestation or even number one issue in the world. Currently, they have become the gold rush or the minerals rush for critical minerals. And we, where I sit at the Africa Minerals Development Center, and our mandate is actually to implement the Africa Mining Vision, which, back in 2009 was advocating for this type of value addition, making sure that minerals lead to sustainable development. And I heard a lot of perspectives, and I was really impressed. I was in a panel, of course, I was moderating a panel with ministers, and I see that, there's a lot of understanding that, there needs to be collaboration about this. We are all in this together, and we all are also focused on the value addition side. But what usually I don't hear from investor side or the industry side. The industry side is also saying the same thing, like they would like to do that, but they are very practical. Practicality, the risk premium is there for Africa. There requires skills, it requires infrastructure, it requires capital, it requires all of these elements. And hearing from different perspectives and hearing from others is a good opportunity to network. And because we are advancing this, trying to see it from different perspectives. It was a very good opportunity for me, especially to network and see what is out there. Also, we need analysis, but we need also the investments. So, we hope that they will announce something like that as well. I remember something about 20 million. I have to see, but we have to see what that mean concretely. From the EU, we always hear, they deal with specific countries. So sometimes they go as a bloc and deal with some individual countries. But they also insist, and they are on record to say that they will consider value addition locally on the African continent. Although in their critical raw materials, it says that they will be doing 40% of processing domestically. So I'm not sure how that will square, but like I said, I always see it from the African perspective. For us, when countries like this make commitments, it means they are in public. That means they will follow through. We also heard the United States. Actually, the United States is a newcomer in these minerals, but they are coming in strongly. We feel it, and we welcome. As I was mentioning in a lot of the panels, we have our own strategy. We have an African green mineral strategy. So as long as we are aligned about the strategy, it doesn't matter who's investing, whether it's the US, whether it's China, whether it's the European Union, whether it's Argentina was focusing on their own, trying to attract investment for their own country. But, we can see some similarities, and, we are peer learning. South-South exchange is very good as well. So I was particularly interested in how they were doing it. But again, I always have the lens from the African perspective, and it's good, but we have to do it right this time. Like practical. It's good to pledge commitments on analysis, but what else? We need the joint ventures. We need the capital intensive. We need the sharing of risks. We need all of these very practical. We need the energy. We need the infrastructure. So that kind of commitments. But we are very encouraged. We keep talking about this example of the special economic zones in the Democratic Republic of Congo and the one in Zambia. So once you have that in place, once you really put together the capital, the energy, and try to produce and have a precursor plant in Africa with the cost and emissions advantage than shipping it elsewhere, that would be, and also another part is to create the demand, because you can't just be having factories and not have local consumption on the continent. So we are focusing on the 2 and 3 wheelers in Africa. Maybe not in South Africa, but in other parts of Africa, you see a lot of the 2-3 wheelers on the road. The batteries are smaller, it's much more manageable. So we're trying to create that kind. If you have one example that we are proud of, like this DRC and the Zambia, then we can emulate with best practices. We get the right kind of investment, and then transform lives and also the people. You know what? The most important is not just the government, but the people in general.